So, dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we take a few minutes to understand ourselves, how this meditation practice can help for us to cultivate and develop our inner awareness. So when it comes to our human life, one of the most important success that you can gain is your clear comprehension, direct perception. It's happened completely with the connection that you develop from inside you. There is no way this outside machines, technology, or any kind of other tools can help for us to gain that. Even though we use this all the outside material things to bring some facilities and make our life a little bit comfortable, always you have to remember to experience the highest of this human life. You always have to connect it to your inside. So otherwise, that we just kind of like swimming on the surface level of the ocean. We will never get into kind of like a deep diver. But the meditation is allow us to get into the depth of our inner happening. So as you know, we listen music. And sometimes we listen to this outside things. And sometimes we listen to birds. So when we listen that way, it brings some kind of satisfaction. And it brings some kind of wisdom. It brings some kind of joy to ourselves. But mostly sometimes we never listen to our inner music or inner sound that happening inside us. We're always busy with the outside. But the beauty is once you get connected to this inner sound or the music or the rhythm, then naturally you start to get connect with the outside things. But without this inner connection, when we interfere with the outside things, we miss the most important part. Out of that, whatever we experience, remember this, out of whatever we experience through our perception or the five senses, the ultimate goal is your inner development. So if there is no inner development happen out of any listening, remember that listening is kind of like a wasting time. So then always you have to remember yourself to look into inside. So when you connect it to this inner listening, that is where the growth happens. That very easily allow you to get connected with the outside and get the best out of it. Otherwise, even though you listen to most beautiful things, you're not going to get the right message out of it. The same thing happens when it comes to the Dharma also. It doesn't matter you listen to the Buddha, you will miss the message. You may get some kind of information, but the gaining message and collecting information, two different skills. So we lose the ability nowadays because of, especially, there are many reasons. One is our environment, our tradition, our culture. Then out of this all, one of the important thing is why we so fail to get the real message out of informations, because we are so into this machines and with the screen and the pictures, colors. And because of this, the beauty happening with the picture and the frame by frame, developing kind of like the reality in front of us, lose inside our ability to get the message. So we just keep going, keep watching, or keep listening. And once we addicted to that, when you kind of like you can watch all the Netflix movies within one night. Because you just keep watching. You will listen to all the YouTube talks non-stop. You don't get anything. But the meditation is an art. Meditation is a method. Meditation is a skill that you develop inside you. Even with the very little information, you get the message, you get the right message. Maybe you hear only one word. Maybe you hear only few words, but you get the message. That is what important. Because otherwise you can spend the whole day, whole night, you can spend the whole year, you can spend the whole that life struggling with information. You lose the message. But once you develop the ability to listen to inside, it develops a skill through your whole body and mind. Go through the informations and get the message. Without that skill, if you look for the message, you may not going to find. It's kind of like a hidden treasure. You can't find it. But the way to open it, but you go with your own inner understanding. When you go with that inner understanding, it takes you step by step deeper. Suddenly you can't go there. Suddenly you can't get it. That's why you need some kind of discipline, and you have to be patient. And sometimes you have to allow things to be there like that. That's why look, with this pandemic, we all experience lockdown. Why that? Why it is that? Because when something go against, when something come as a kind of like a challenge, we go back to neutral state. The lockdown is a very, very spiritual way of responding to nature. But look, when it comes to that, the people cannot handle it. People can't take it. They go and secretly, they do parties. They come to the street and protest against that. Why? Because we so into to go with these outside things. We can't just only few weeks maybe, we can't settle down. We can't allow things to settle down. Why? Because we don't have inner ability ourselves to settle down. So that is the very behavior this outside. Otherwise, the lockdown is kind of like a very retreat. You go to a retreat, you pay so much money. A lot of people pay so much money, go for a retreat. It's kind of like a spiritual journey. But how about when it comes with the word lockdown, and you get mad about it? But if you know the art, you use it as ability. So that's why it needs a kind of like a little by little self-discipline. As you know that's recently that Panama Canal, there was a ship with a lot of containers. And I used to watch this Panama Canal and how the containers go, huge, ships with the 100,000 containers. And these all containers doesn't put it to the ship at one time. It did one by one, one by one, one by one. And then when it comes to the journey, that everything can carry at one time. So your practice the same. You have to slowly, little by little, step by step, develop it. In a certain time, once you connect to the flow, rhythm, in a awareness, once you connected to the clear comprehension, that natural processes start to flow through you. It's like that the huge ship carry all the containers at one time. But if you don't develop that self-discipline inside, always jumping here and there, you can't get this. So then that's why keep practice yourself little by little, little by little. Even not only the meditation, with the whole other physical practice, material things, social activities, the same. So when you do this way, what happens? Once you start to get into this inner awareness, recognition, you understand this everything inside you. So I give a key point today. All your future inside you. If you can catch it. If you can catch it, you can change it. all your future inside you. Some people have ability to see it themselves. Some can see and some can see others. Why this? It's already there with us, because through the samsaric journey, we came responding to our own habits, that it creates a pattern. And that's why it's already there. If you look very carefully yourself, you can see, take time, take few minutes, just see what will happen tomorrow. You can see it. What will happen to you next week? What will happen to you next month? What will happen to you next year? You will see that. But the thing is, we lose that ability to see. Why? Because now, more than any other time, we with the cell phone, we with the computer, we with the TV, and all these colors, machines, creations, stealing our ability to analyze our insight. So nothing wrong with that. No one can stop it. In the future, it's going to become more and more and more. But the thing is still, there is a way one should have ability to close your eyes and settle down yourself. That entire universal current surrender to you. So then try to keep up that, develop that, little by little, little by little. So once you know this, all the happening inside you coming from past and it going to be in the future, then you have ability to change it. And another thing, another secret, even you see it, you're not going to change it. That is the power of this, all the feelings, emotions, and that is the power of this, all the desires. It's deeply, we are addicted to that. Even you see your future, you're not going to change it. You know why? Because underneath you like it. It may be, you know that tomorrow it's going to happen. It's going to make you worse. It's going to take you to hard time. But still, we love our future. We don't want to change it. We just go with it. That is where we become blind, not with the outside world. So the awareness of the wisdom is when you see your own future, you have ability to change it. Try it. Try yourself. You will see how it works inside. Then you come to the point, wow, aha. Because that all the current happening and go with the future, and we dream into the future, we projecting and we like our future, we attach to our future, all the desires about the future, this everything there. And even we see some things not going to happen, still we hold it to that. Even we know we fail, we hold it to that. Even we know we are in so danger, still we hold it to that. Because deeply we love our future. And one is once you have the ability to see it in a certain level, you have ability, you recognize to change that, and that is where the karma become neutral. When your awareness becomes sharper and clear, when you're able to take conscious decision regarding your own future, because it come to you. There's a moment come, as example, you have ability to make a phone call or shut it down. When somebody answer, you have ability to answer or let it go. So can you make it that kind of sharp and clear for yourself? Otherwise, sometimes when even without phone ringing, how many times people look at the phone? Even no one send the message, even without any reason. How many times we check Facebook, Instagram, even without any reason, we just keep looking TikTok. We don't know what this is. We kind of like become, we ourselves in this 21st century, after this all, we kind of like in front of these little cell phones and things, you know, videos, the YouTube, sometimes we become like zombies. Why? Because we lose that inner ability to take decisions. It's going to become minus day by day, day by day, day by day. All this young generation, most of, they lose this, even they don't know there is a human ability can take a conscious decision. It's through the scientific research is they prove that. So then yourself, you know, you see your future, you know this is going to happen. When you take a conscious decision, only you can change it. That conscious decision cannot challenge from anybody. Whatever the conscious decision you take, no one can challenge for that. So when it comes to conscious decision, mean it should not depend from your past habitual patterns. So then what is that? You take decisions according to cause and condition, or according to necessary conditions in that very moment. That is the power of human mind. No any karma can challenge for that. So then develop it. Develop. No any Mara can challenge for that. Everybody going to be surrendered to that. Why? Because when it comes to that ability, so the meditation is empowering that ability inside you. Little by little, little by little, little by little. And other thing is, sometimes maybe in the samsara you accumulated certain kind of good karma, something can happen very good. You know what that is? So one is you listen to your inner ability and see it, and then you recognize it, that you are in love with your own future. And then once you understand, you try conscious decision, and then things going to change. And then you recognize, okay, now I understand. Things happen according to my own inner decision. So that is one way. Everybody can go through that. For anybody, it is available. And there is another way also. But don't allow it to happen. Because we don't know how it can happen, or maybe we don't know how far we have to go for that. But it can happen for some, if you are lucky. I don't know what the reason for that, but it can happen. That is, when you get tired about your own future, you're going to attain to enlightenment. Once you get tired about your own future, you're done. There were some enlightened masters came to that path. And you know, in the Western world, people go through this spiritual journey, right-handers and left-handers. Right-handed, they are very into that and they understand things. Left-handed, not like that. They are go through all the miserable things. They go through the hell and finally understand that anything doesn't work for them, and then they surrender to it. So we don't need to go that way. So don't allow yourself to get tired about your own future, because we don't know how far we have to go. You already have the ability to see and change it. So then use that little by little, little by little, little by little. Once you develop that ability, you recognize what is the meaning of this human life. And you recognize, you experience what is the meaning of direct perception, clear comprehension. So that's why we take the mental object, our own inhalation, exhalation, and in the very first level, we observe it little by little. Allow things to happen and just keep observe. Don't interfere with it. Don't have inner conversation about it. Don't try to verbalize that what you experience. Because once you try to verbalize what you experience, again you go back to your habitual pattern. So don't verbalize, just simply observe. And don't try to deeply understand. That is something else. That is very important, because when we observe inhalation, exhalation, you don't need to be kind of like Pythagoras, or kind of like Einstein, or kind of like a scientist to analyze and break down this all the chemical or the all these scientific words. Just your inhalation, exhalation is your everything. Simply experience it. At least allow your body to experience it. Don't interfere with your logical, argumental mind. So that is what you need in the beginning. Once you master that, once you settle down, once you develop the very good tranquility state, undisturbed mind, then you will see the inhalation, exhalation very clearly. From that point, rather than becoming addicted to that, from that point, you develop your analytical mind. You develop your recognition and you go deeper and see what is this and how this happened. Because then you can see and you can understand more deeply. And even in that very level, you don't need to just by thinking and do it. Because once you get into the higher level, once you get into that tranquility state, from there, your awareness become master. No any habitual patterns going to be there. No any self-centered mind govern your inner command. Your awareness going to be there, sharp and clear. That clarity will go deeper. When you know yourself that you are at the right place, that is the moment that the entire system can get into analytical meditation. Before that, don't try to do it. Some can do it, no, but still try to develop a balance first. That is very necessary. Once something comes to balance, the effort disappear. When there is no balance, you always have to put the effort. So once the tranquility state becomes solid, you become effortless. And that is where your awareness becomes more sharp and clear and strong. That is where you can see. Without any collective nature inside you, you can see and you can experience. And that is where you can experience the change to the depth. And once you experience the change to the depth, you recognize, even though we experience things, there is nothing solid. This everything vibration. This everything fluid. This everything kind of like water. This everything kind of like air. This everything kind of like a cloud. It appear, it look like something, but there is nothing. So we already experienced the cloud inside our mind, but the thing is we take it as solid or permanent. We don't see. It is nothing. So let's start with our own inhalation, inhalation, exhalation. Observe a little bit and little by little try to let it go deeper and experience this. So bring your attention to your body, please. Scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Swapateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please, and find the sensation. Now allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, through the sensation of it, just recognize inhalation as inhalations, exhalations as exhalation. Do nothing extra. If your mind go here and there, you can bring it back again and again. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, may all your guardian angels, deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Anudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.